in a predominantly black dorm. It's the closest thing you'll ever get to an HBCU. I'm just saying. Miss Parker, where you done that little foot? So this video is gonna pertain particularly to my experience as a UC Santa Cruz student, affiliate, what have you. I know a lot of the UCs have like a predominantly black house, like Berkeley has the Afro house or the Afro floor or something like that. I know other UCs have other houses, but this is gonna be my experience, so just fair warning on that. I didn't grow up with a lot of black people, but this experience has been so amazeballs, and I would totally recommend it, especially for like any minority. Any racial minority, especially for any minority. Any racial minority, I would totally recommend it. It feels really good to like go to like a new environment, but like have those people around you that look like you so you don't feel so out of place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you may feel out of place in the classroom or walking down the street, but like in your house you feel like this. I felt the safest. I felt really comfortable, and so living in a black house. So how I got to the black house was like kind of on accident. I really just took like one of my old teachers went to UC Santa Cruz. He was like a tall, older white guy. But he was like, yeah, you should go to Stevenson. Stevenson is great. It's super fun. It's like where all the like vibrant people live, and like you're very eccentric, so you should go. And I was like, okay, you know. So I didn't even know what to pick. I didn't tour beforehand. Well, I did tour beforehand, but like I saw the classrooms. I didn't see like the dorms or how like we'd be living until later in orientation. Right, so I got there by accident. I picked Stevenson, right? And Stevenson has a Rosa Parks African American themed house, RPATH for short. So I just clicked like a box. I don't know what else I did. I might have like they might have asked questions. I might have wrote something. I don't know if I did or didn't. I forgot. It was like over a year ago. But clicked like a little box. Do you want to live in an African American themed house? And I was like, sure, why not? You know, cool. I like to be black. I'm very pro-black active. Hey, right? So that's how I got there by accident. I also have the best roommates. One of the best roommates. Different video. So that's how I got there. How I envision a lot of these experiences. I'm just gonna make a generalization. It's an adjustment period, especially because there's more black women in college than there are black men. So you're basically living in a sorority house, you know, a black Greek sorority house. Like, but except there's no like code of honor or like no strolling. Yeah, we did just get it back. We did just get our Zeta's back, and we have other chapters working to get back in Santa Cruz. This is not the dorm, by the way. It's not. It's my room. This isn't the dorm. What was I saying? What was I saying? What was I saying? So a generalization of how your experience is going to be. I think it's gonna be awesome. I like recently, like right before college, I recently started this natural hair thing. So I was like, ooh, YouTube, how do I make my hair grow? And then it kind of spiraled onto this natural hair thing. And they are so supportive. They were so supportive, like even before all the drama happened, being in an all-girls house, mostly girls house. They were very supportive, and everybody was on this movement. Everybody was on this pro-black movement, and it was cool, and it was very inviting. Great, right? Some of the downsides. You can't ignore racial issues going on in the world, because there will always be at least 1 or 5 like social justice majors who always want to talk about it, so you can never escape it. There's nothing wrong with confronting it, but you're constantly in this state of like, fuck, I suck, fuck, everybody's out to get me, oh my god, like everybody's out to get you, everybody's just like coming for you, and you just feel like you can't escape it, is one of the downsides, you know. Another upside is everybody's black. I would never felt out of place, like, but those are for different reasons. Like, I felt really welcomed. I know if I was like the only black girl on my floor, or even in my building, which was happened to one of my friends, only black girl in a building, and it sucked, and you felt kind of like disconnected from the black community, you know, especially being a freshman new on campus. You don't know where to go, you don't know where the black people hang out. This can be said with any minority who feels super out of place, but since the black population is it's like, I think the second lowest besides Native American, a downside to living in a predominantly black house, or black floor, or living black, actually, I don't think there are that many downsides besides the regular downsides of like living with mostly girls and boy drama. And then, another downside, colorism is a thing. Like, in a black house, like, you know, there's like regular like boy issues and girl cat fights and da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Not to like put gender stereotypes on women, but like, I feel like that's what I saw, that's what happened. So there's these cat fights. There's these like little pesky little minuscule fights about boys, or about who's cuter, or insults, you know. And I don't know how, but this whole year I feel like it all got tied in with colorism. I don't know how it happened, but I feel like, she got a man, she thinks she cute because she light skinned. Oh, dark skinned baddies, you do you, okay. And we were like, and it was like so weird. Like, it's great, but like, I was so confused. Another downside or upside or down, I don't know. I've only been called light skinned once by a dark skinned friend in high school. And I was like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm black. Like, I didn't know. I understand what light skin was, but I thought like, if you're not light skinned, you're black. If you're not light skinned, you're black. That's not the case. Cause the first week I got there, people were like, oh, what are you? What are you mixed with? And I was like, oh, I'm mixed, but I'm like black. I'm mostly black, so that's what I claim, you know? Yeah, so that's like a weird aspect, like something I don't even want to get into, you know? It's weird, it's a weird story, whatever. Live your life to the best way you know how. Another upside to being in a predominantly black house, I always feel like I have support. So if I'm outside, like verbally attacked, outside of the black community, I feel like I always have that support system, and then that support system is always in my house. You know what I'm saying? If there was an incident at Santa Cruz about one of our professors, like she was one race and wanted to be like a Rachel Dolezak or whatever of another race, and she wanted to be white though. She was like, I'm transracial. All y'all need to be transracial so y'all can be successful, right? And I know there was so much backlash within the own community, and that's where like this colorism talk started coming up, and that's where like people just, you know, I feel like I also got like the downsides and the good sides are like kind of on the same, because it sucks, but it's also very educational, especially like older people who have been around longer, who kind of like visit the space and like just want to share their experience and share their love, you know. That's super fun, and I feel like a lot of other people don't get that because our black community is so small. That need for grad students to come in, and like older seniors, and like alumni to come back and kind of like share their story, share their space is so important, and it happens. I feel like other houses don't get that. You know, I feel like they don't get to talk to like alumni on a deep level about colorism or like what's going on with the Black community today, what's going on outside, just this bubble that we have in the UC system. If I had to choose and do it 10 times over, I would, not changing a thing, because I feel like I've grown so much in my consciousness and just other aspects of life that I would have lost out on if I went to some other house, you know? I would have just been focused on like partying and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So there's like a give and take, but I feel like the reward is so much greater to be in a Black house, or a predominantly Black house. Black house, predominantly Black house gets a thumbs up from me. Like the channel, like the videos, check out the channel, comment below of things I left out or things that matter to you that I didn't put in here, because you know sometimes I be slipping. You feel me? I be slipping. Okay. I'm being extra. I know. Okay.